Donald's hentai.
We have returned, and we're still
Why does he only have 6 legs?
Because he is not quite an octopus.
He's a squid.
I hate it.
He's a squid now.
No, but they gave him, like, room for, like, a butthole, essentially, and I don't like it.
Well, if you think about it, that space in between the tentacles is where the octopus's mouth is.
No, but I mean, like, if you look at Donald's character model from the back, it's like, there's room for, like, 2 more legs there.
Hey, I hear that hissing over here.
There's no sense trying to stop it, Matt. They're gonna do it anyway. Trust us, as their parents.
Goose just made the naughty list for the 6th time this year.
And Goose was never off the naughty list.
He likes to think he was, but no.
Oh yeah, we're back to group recording.
Yeah.
Schedule conflictions and all that, but you know, we're here.
Wasn't as much schedule conflictions as it was gonna. If we kept on our usual schedule, we would have been recording on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, none of us can do that because my family has Boxing Day plans. So.
Well, that and also, I just don't want to.
Of course.
No offense, but
I understand completely. Even if we wanted to, we couldn't because you know I already have important plans that day.
Did Steph ever put up the thing for working on Boxing Day?
Yeah, there was a sign-up sheet for it.
Where is it?
I don't remember, but it's there. I don't see the point of.
How does Goofy even fight?
He literally ramps himself into his opponent.
I really hate this level. Oh. I've said it a million times, but I fucking hate this level.
I still prefer it over Monstro.
I missed the
But I
entirety
mean, like,
of Monstro,
at least in Monstro, though, like, all of the physics and the mechanics are the same, it's just confusing. With this one, nothing is the same.
So, like, did I miss the entirety of Monstro, or...?
Yes.
Yeah, after I rage quit, yeah. You didn't really miss much. All that really happened was Riku's like, aha! This doll has a heart, therefore I shall do experiments. And then there was no experiments to be had because even though he said Pinocchio lost his heart, which again, anytime this series says heart, it's basically like soul. He didn't actually lose it because he's like, oh, I am alive. That's literally how it went with when we found Pinocchio.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch this.
It's kind of underwhelming. Where the whole thing is like, he's supposed to be dead, right? He doesn't have a heart. No, he's fine.
Huh.
And then because the way Monstro was where he was on the star map, I had to find the world after this, which is Halloween Town from Nightmare Before Christmas. But I didn't go on to the world itself. I went straight here because, in terms of like level progression, this is the next one to go to.
Okay.
Sorry, you're not good at lying.
Here's the thing, he doesn't need to be good at lying. Everyone else is just good at just ignoring the fact that he changed his mind real quick.
Yeah.
Everyone will buy anything.
Okay, so the whole thing is we have to find...
The emblem is literally on the wall.
I know, but we have to find the jewel that goes with it first.
Hmm.
Oh no, ominous music.
You can't hear it anyway.
Ursula's eels.
Because this game is really loud if I have it on an audible level for us.
I know.
But the girl
I'll try it a little bit.
and I've got Heartless.
Yeah, because we couldn't hear it before, so... like, at all.
Triton, my old friend.
Gee, I wonder who the... like, why do they try and keep these characters in the dark? Like...
When you're in the Little Mermaid world, it's kind of hard to hide the only main antagonist of that movie.
There's that, but there's also just like... damn it. Get back here, you stupid dolphin. But there's also just like... if they haven't watched the movie, what are you hiding from them? The reveal only really works if you've seen The Little Mermaid. Oh wait, I think I can't do anything with this guy here.
I was about to say, Ryan, he's going around in circles.
Yeah, I have to find a different side of things. But like, if you haven't seen The Little Mermaid, you're not gonna know who Ursula is, and the reveal is really nothing.
But then if you have seen
My
it...
question is, who the fuck hasn't seen The Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
You've never seen The Little Mermaid?
There are a lot of Disney movies I haven't seen.
Fuck out of my house.
To be fair, the older ones are like there's Disney Plus, but they don't really give people much incentive to really watch the older movies. Like, you either grew up with them, or you're just watching the newest stuff with them.
Get the fuck out of my house.
I've watched Toy Story.
Eh.
And Dumbo. And Peter Pan. Apparently I've watched Snow White. I was a Winnie the Pooh kid.
That's fair.
Not because I'm friends with anyone,
No, because he hasn't watched The Little Mermaid.
huh? Yes.
It's gonna only get worse from there. I was trying to save myself, but...
Fucking jellyfish. I don't know if we can still hear Shu growling out from upstairs.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of those jellyfish because it's like a 50-50 shot that it'll explode into more jellyfish, or just die.
Ah, those kinds of enemies.
I mean, it's experience points,
I
but
love all of Sora's attack options.
yeah. It seriously gets better in later games.
That's what I was about to say. Is this something that they improve upon?
Yes, drastically. Because I will always be on the camp that unless you are specifically equipping Keyblades meant for magic, heal is pretty much the only like super useful magic if you're just gonna go for more melee options. I need the dolphin, but the dolphin does not like it when they're a Heartless. It's the only kind of like inhabitant of a world we see, I guess. Wait, what the fuck?
How are you not electrocuting everything around you with lightning magic underwater?
I don't know, but even more fucked up is I think that heals these things. But why? They're like torpedo men. Why would lightning heal them?
They like to do these weird ass things with weaknesses.
RPGs can just be some really messed up games sometimes. Okay, now I gotta find that friggin' dolphin again. Dolphin? Where is dolphin? Actually, hold on. If I go back into the room, it should... Nope, not dealing with you. Good day.
Good day, sir.
Damn it, I was hoping the dolphin would respawn. Of course, they're not gonna make me look for it in the big room.
Look for the Anus.
I don't need to look for any moose. Just need to find the dolphin and hope there's no Heartless around when I find it. I seriously don't get how the technical bonuses work in this game. Because sometimes if you guard or quote-unquote parry an opponent, you get some experience points. But it feels like half of the times you attack, and even if it counts like that little chime, like when like your attacks connect at the same time as theirs, it doesn't count as a parry or a technical, and it's just... Honestly, all my problems with this game can be summed up as one thing, and that's first game syndrome. People, like, there are diehard fans of the Kingdom Hearts franchise. I used to be a big fan of them, now it's more just I find them absolutely ridiculous. But in a fun way, even though the story just is too convoluted for its own good.
That's always fun. convoluted. Well, I mean, I like complex stories, but like not ones that introduce and introduce new details and just kind of forget about others and then expect you to be like, yeah, this is important, but then it's not really important. And it's like important maybe for a few seconds, and it's like, yeah, okay, well, you're never gonna see that again. But then, like, for whatever reason, that plot point comes back at the very, very, very end when you've forgotten about it.
Oh, they'll introduce things. They'll introduce things for the sake of it in this franchise. Like in Kingdom Hearts 3, the most recent game to date,
Actually, the most recent one is Melody of Memory.
Fine. The second most recent game to date, there was a minor plot point around about parts of the antagonistic enemies looking for some girl. They never drop her name, they never say anything. So, people not looking too far into this might think, oh, it's one of the established characters that doesn't have much to do in the story right now. No, it's an entirely separate character we've never been introduced to, we know nothing about, but they're supposed to be important, and they don't come up in the game besides that they're looking for her.
Okay.
It's like, why bring it up if it's not important right now? Are you? I don't care if you're trying to set something up for the end for the next game. When you marketed the Kingdom Hearts 3 as the end of what they called the Dark Seeker Saga, which is pretty much been the through line, what little through line there has been throughout the Kingdom Hearts games to date, you don't get to establish another, build mystery for another game when this is supposed to be the finale of a current story. But Nomura will Nomura and give everyone collective aneurysms.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if someone spent enough time, they could make it. They could explain the plot like it's not a complete mess. But if you actually need to go out of your way to try and rationalize the plots, I think there's a problem with your storytelling. There's such thing as a complex plot without it being confusing. That's something this series has never done well. Okay, where's that dolphin? Dolphin.
Dolfino Plaza.
God. I didn't even want to come over here. The game is actually making me come over here just because the Heartless spawned, because I was an arbitrary distance away from where their spawn point. I just want the dolphin, but the dolphin won't let me ride him with these buggers around. You see that big jellyfish just died.
I've seen a few of them die.
Oh no, that one's gonna divide though. Why?
The game needs a reason to fight.
Yeah, I mentioned this in probably a few episodes now for Kingdom Hearts, but like, if you want players to have enough XP to level, adjust the XP value of the enemies. Don't just keep swarming them. Because there are people. Obviously, there's always going to be people that enjoy some earlier games compared to later games, but this is. With how limited the combat is in this game, it's literally 1, 2, 3. Like, just keep the pace up. The combat almost feels like a pace killer sometimes in this game.
You mean like modern Paper Mario games, where combat is not even worth it?
Yeah.
I actually thought the exact same thing. Like, Color Splash started, like, I stand by Color Splash not being as bad as it once was. Like, I played it the second time and it was okay. But I will say it again, the one thing that became even more noticeably annoying in Color Splash was its mandatory enemy battles, which killed the pace of the game because there was no reason to be fighting them at all anyway.
Yeah.
So if I don't need to fight them, why the hell should I? And they force a lot of random enemy battles onto you that are mandatory simply because, oh, well, actually no, there barely is a reason. They just pop up and bam, oh, you need to fight it.
Yeah, Color Splash, and actually there's one Final Fantasy game that does the same thing where fighting enemies is literally worthless. It's like, why would you make half of your gameplay worthless?
Yeah, that's word for word. That's what I've said. That's unfortunate. Like, yeah, sure, I think people liked Origami King, and yes, the combat system was a huge step up, but there's still the same problem. Enemies aren't worth battling. So,
Oh no, a spooky shark.
will the spooky shark be in the next episode?
It might be.
No.
No? Oh.